All right. They're making you cringe.
Yeah, because it's actually a good song.
Rocket Man. Joining us in studio now, which is rare. I mean, she's normally in studio in DC, but it's rare for her to be here in New York. But there's no baby. It was usually had a cute little baby with us, so I know people
Next
just
time.
went. That
Next
went
time.
viral last time. Yeah, Miss, how's he doing?
He's good. He's big. He's running.
He's
not just walking. He's straight up running.
I know. He's gone.
Can't track him anymore.
Yeah. So the last time I saw him, he wouldn't let me go. So I know now he probably don't want anybody to hold him down. He probably wants to just.
I don't know. He's actually really good with the menfolk. He's good with the menfolk. Mom, he wants nothing to do with anymore. Oh, I see you. Okay, gone. I know those first steps to independence. This is how it starts, doesn't it?
That's funny. How are you, mommy?
Doing good. It's good to be up here. I mean, it's nice to be around people who think what's going on at the UN is a little crazy.
Yeah, everybody does.
Yeah.
I think that whole speech yesterday was about, like a child. Kids like to do bad things like fart in church and that kind of stuff. Yeah. I think he wanted to say Rocket Man at the UN podium. That was the only reason he was there.
Well, apparently that line was added in at the last second. And also we will destroy North Korea. These are all things that he added in at the last minute. That's probably why General Kelly was like this the whole time. Was like, he's working that tension headache. He's like,
well, even Tillerson and Haley were looking like, because the video, when he said Rocket Man, the camera went right on them. And they were even like, I mean, they were just stoic.
I think Tillerson had his head in his hands.
Yeah. It's like one of these, like, oh.
And I know he's like, I just came here to hustle this oil for Putin. I didn't.
Because Putin, Russia was the only country he gave a nice shout out to. Pissed on all our allies.
Yeah.
Right? Pissed on everybody else. But Russia was the only one. He was like, oh, okay.
Brittany, you said somebody did body language. What was it? No, somebody was showing the reactions of people in the crowd. Didn't you just tell me that? Who were you just saying to me?
Yeah, so, there's one article over at BuzzFeed that shows the different countries, like Zimbabwe is like, they're all basically rolling their eyes. And when he was slamming socialism, you could see India is literally laughing and smiling. Like they're having a good old time. Some people are annoyed. Some people are just completely ignoring him. And some people were playing on their tablets. I sent you another link of John Kelly. He's got his head in his hands. It's insane.
And it used to be, right, that everybody used to wait for the United States to speak because that would set not only the tone for the day, but also pretty much the United States speaking would set the agenda for what was going to happen for the next several months. Right? That was like one of the big speeches of the week. Everybody was waiting for this one for a different reason. They're just like, what is he going to say?
Yeah.
What's going to happen?
That's what stupid he's going to do. We've gone from one extreme to another. We had W. Bush there when Hugo Chavez talked about smelling the sulfur of Diablo in the pulpit, to Obama and all of his dignified speeches. And then now Trump, just stupid and incoherent.
And that's
Rocket Man.
And that's the elite.
Did you hear when he said United Nations?
Oh God, no, I missed that.
Yeah, he said United. Can't you play? You got to play it from your computer because I got all this other stuff. We're on Facebook and YouTube, by the way, folks. I got a lot of social media going on. Facebook.com/make it plain. Twitter.com. No, what am I on? Facebook.com/make it plain. YouTube.com/make it plain. You can see Nayyera in the flesh. Model.
Hands, something, face.
Listen to this. This is United Nations. Is that what this is?
And for his regime.
Listen.
The United States is ready, willing, and able. But hopefully, this will not be necessary. That's what the United Nations is all about.
You heard that? That's what the United Nations, because he can't read,
I know.
That's been studied.
Yeah.
There's a video of him giving a deposition, and his lawyer keeps objecting because they want him to read something like you do when you're
this is why he keeps losing his lawyers too, because he just can't do the basic things to protect himself, to help himself. Like no, lawyers don't even want to represent him anymore.
What do you think the Kim Jong-un regime is saying about Rocket Man? I mean, what do you think that they?
I don't think they care. I think that
you think they're laughing at him too, like this dude is just really stupid.
I think they're looking at them. I think they're like, okay, this guy actually will press the button. right? Their entire fear this whole time has been that the United States is going to try to take over their country. And so not only did he validate and take over their country, right? Like take South Korea. Right. I love to remind people that as far as North Korea is concerned, the Korean War has never ended. It's just an armistice. It is not a peace deal. There's been no treaty, so it never ended. Yeah. In that sense. Yeah. That's why it's a militarized border. So he's totally thinking that that the US is gonna come and roll in and take over. This is part of why he's always has military parades. He's like, look, I can defend us. I can defend us. And so all Donald Trump has done is validate what they're worried about without ever doing anything to bring them to the table to negotiate.
I was looking at all these likes coming across the screen while we're on Facebook.
I'm trying to beat my baby's likes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think people thought when they heard your voice it was going to be the baby, but it's not. I'm sorry to disappoint y'all. So
what a fail.
It's not the baby.
We could have him walking around up here. Yeah.
That's how I refer to you now, because somebody, you sat in for me, was it last week?
Yeah.
And somebody hadn't heard you before, say, who was that? So you remember the baby? They said, oh, yeah. That was the point of reference. The baby. Who's starring in a brand new movie coming out in a couple of weeks with none other than Kate Winslet.
Yes.
Idris and Kate Winslet.
Idris is, I mean, he's getting big. He's blowing up. Could watch out for him.
Haley's looking at me. Her baby's name is Idris. That's what the joke is. So.
He's gonna blow up. Just watch out. I'm gonna be the
mom.
Oh
my God, the Instagram pictures in the dragon costume. Oh my God. Hold on. I tell you what, I know y'all want to see the baby. I'm gonna put that up on the screen so everybody on Facebook and YouTube can see it.
So I think maybe I should come out first. I'm a little bit of a nerd.
Okay.
Right? I mean, this is, you gotta be, when you're all this deep in policy, you're a little bit of a nerd. That's what it is. And I've just discovered Renaissance fairs late in life. And I love just getting in the spirit of dressing up and having fun. So last year went when I was massively pregnant. And massively, like I was like 2 months from delivery, right? And I was like I was like one of those ladies that you didn't know from behind, but then she'd turn and be like, oh gosh, she's pregnant. Like there's no doubt. And people are getting their faces painted. Granted, most of these people are 5 years old, but I'm like, I want to get paint. And so I got my belly painted with a little dragon. So I thought, okay, well now I have a baby. I gotta dress up the baby as a dragon. So we hatched. The dragon hatched.
Isn't that beautiful?
Oh my God.
Isn't he precious?
I love him. I do.
That's baby Idris, y'all, with the baby. So we kind of split the difference. He's not here in person, but we got
this is better. I makes me miss him so much.
The cute dragon.
Baby dragon. And the part of why we got inspired for dragon because he walks around going.
I love it.
I have to find video so you can actually see him walking around growling.
By all means, please.
And I need to like loop it with something like Trump says, so that the kid responds with. But actually, on his behalf, I'm offended that everyone now compares Trump to a baby, because this is a sweet guy who wouldn't harm a hair on anybody's head. Now he knows what he wants, and he's gonna do exactly what he wants. But he actually smiles and likes to keep people happy. That's not what Trump does.
You want to introduce us to hubby too? There he is.
Oh yeah. See, look at that face. Like, all right, I'm just tolerating these two.
Is that what that face is?
Pretty much. So he's a dragon.
Okay.
He agreed to wear a dragon shirt. I got dragon scale pants, and I had some fake tattoo arms.
Okay.
Oh, we got all in this.
Okay.
We got all in this.
Okay.
This is Saleh. This is dragon shirt, and then this is that. I think they look alike.
Yeah.
I think it's him. It's his baby. It's his baby.
Why?
It's his.
Nobody was questioning that.
I don't know when he came out so pale face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know you were worried about that.
I was.
Okay. He'll be fine. He's gonna be right in between. I can tell that. Yeah. He's good. He's good. That's a good looking kid.
Thank you.
Dragon baby. All right. 10 minutes for the hour. 866-99-SIRIUS. 866-997-4740. So just before it gets to phones, what's the best thing to do with what happened yesterday? Just pretend it never happened, or just kind of move past it?
I think recognize how the parallels are with George Bush's Axis of Evil speech. Right, went to the UN, and there was the Axis of Evil. Actually, Axis of Evil was also at the what do you call the speech when they do the State of the Union? Yeah, State of the Union.
Right.
But
Axis of Evil.
It's that drumbeat to war. It is laying the groundwork, and it's not just North Korea, but pulling out of the Iran deal.
Strategery.
Yeah, the pulling out of the Iran deal leaves our allies holding the bag, so they're no longer going to think that we, the United States, are going to be able to keep a deal. what it allowed us to do as a group was to keep the nuclear program in check in Iran, because it forced them to come in and allow investigators and certify every 90 days that their program has been investigated, and that it is only for civilian nuclear purposes, which is essentially energy production. And then we left our military then to deal with all the other crazy shit that Iran does in the region. So that was part of the plan, was like, let's have the entire world together on keeping them in a energy nuclear state, and then we will use our military and elsewhere bases in the Arab Peninsula to check Iran in places like Syria, in terms of Hezbollah and their support there. So it was a multi-pronged approach. You pull out of the nuclear deal, you have no incentive. I mean, it's just putting the United States as going to be the only actor and the only one left to do anything. And we will be doing it entirely alone. So it's not a US first means we lead the world. That's what it should be. But instead, it's now US alone. And the US cannot solve any of these problems alone.
Yeah, yeah. Nayyera Huck with us, our official Sirius XM foreign policy host and correspondent, former Secretary of State, and mother to baby Idris, who's dressed beautifully like a baby dragon. We love that kid. All right, let's get a couple of calls in. 866-99 Sirius. Lee's in Florida. Lee, God bless you. Good morning. We'll get ready for impeachment. You're on there with Nayyera Huck. Go right ahead.
Good morning. How are you, Mark?
Fine. How are you?
I'm doing well. Hey, a couple of quick things. Please cover the baby's ears.
Oh.
One of your previous callers referenced Teddy Roosevelt and walks off and carry a big stick. Well, Cheetolini has turned that into walk clumsily and act like a big dick. Okay? So, and how dare him not mention Russia's invasion or attack on our democracy during his speech. Obviously, we all know this guy must be part Russian. That's where he's going to escape to when we try to put him in jail. But Brittany said something about him claiming to only make $1 a year for his job and claiming he's donating his salary. Well, we need to think about all those times he goes to his golf resort. How much money the golf resort is making? Because even though he said he stays there free, the president usually travels with an entourage of what, 20,
but
30
that was the point
people?
Brittany making. He's not taking. He's taking the whole salary. He's not taking the $1. He said he was going to do it. He's getting the whole salary now. And as if you might have missed it, I had my own theory about that. That's probably going straight to the IRS. That's probably, it's probably why he's taking it, because they probably garnished the whole check. That's probably a deal he cut. I'll take it. Y'all garnish it and pay the taxes I've never paid as a billionaire. But we did a story last week. I don't know if you caught this. Daily Beast did a whole expose about birth tourism. And there are commercials in Russia where you can go to his resorts, you know, fly in and give birth to your child. And because that child is born in Mar-a-Lago, it's that child's U.S. citizen. Now he's trying to run about that. Yeah, he's trying to run all the dreamers out. But Russians can come over here, pay big money, stay in one of his resorts, have the baby, and then go back. You take the baby back to Russia, of course, but once that baby decides to come back to the United States, it's a U.S. citizen and an asset.
That goes to the whole idea of illegal immigration. Apparently, in the Trump's mind, only has certain color on the color spectrum.
Yeah.
Right. There is white illegal immigration. But back to your question about Russia, Trump mentioned sovereignty about 20-something times in his speech, but never once, and said a nice thing about Russia, but never once mentioned how Russia has interfered in American sovereignty.
Yeah, right. And that's important. Thank you for coming in and showing us the baby and the dragon pictures.
That's the real thing.
That's really why she's here, so we can show you all that. Good to see Nayyera. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. This is MIP.